These negotiations will be on C-SPAN. And so the public will be part of the conversation and will see the choices that are being made.
Not negotiating behind closed doors, but bringing all parties together and broadcasting those negotiations on C-SPAN so that the American people can see what the choices are.
We'll have the negotiations televised on C-SPAN so that people can see who is making arguments on behalf of their constituents and who are making arguments on behalf of the drug companies or the insurance companies.
We will work on this process publicly. It'll be on C-SPAN. It will be streaming over the net.
We're going to do all these negotiations on C-SPAN. So the American people will be able to watch these negotiations.
And we will have a public process for forming this plan. It'll be televised on C-SPAN. I can't guarantee it'll be exciting, so not everybody is going to be watching it.
But I want the negotiations to be taking place on C-SPAN.
All this will be done on C-SPAN in front of the public.
And one of my jobs as the president will be to guide this process so that it's an honest process.
Well, that's Obama lying repeatedly during the campaign, and many of you were duped by him. Drudge has it right. 6 times, 8 times he lied. You know, it's getting very, very bad in this country. The man is the liar-in-chief, L-I-C, not the commander-in-chief. He's the liar-in-chief. So, what are you going to do about it? Oh, yeah, you'll throw them out in 2010. Big hope you have. Who knows if there'll be anything left by then? Then what, you're going to have to spend 5 years reversing what these gangsters did? I'm proud to tell you I am not alone. As you well know, I am still banned in Britain. Many of you don't know this, but I'm still not permitted to travel to Britain. And you know what? Good riddance. You say, well, wear it as a badge of honor. Or up to a certain point, I can accept that attitude. Screw them. They don't deserve me. That's how I look at it. I'm still fighting to get my name off the list for obvious reasons. There's a great danger in being banned from a foreign nation, particularly a nation that permits the underwear bomber from Nigeria to travel through freely, and people who openly call for the overthrow of England to collect welfare, have babies, and run around Hyde Park. That's no problem for the Brits. But a man who believes in borders, language, and culture, oh, can't have him. Well, I'm not alone. Israeli veterans cancel UK trip on arrest fear. Israeli veterans were invited to England by the British military. Scheduled visit. They wanted to go to England. They were invited by the British Army, delegation of Israeli military officials, invited by the British Army. The men sought a guarantee from London that they would not face arrest during their trip, but they didn't get a satisfactory answer. They canceled their trip altogether. Now, you can't believe it, but these are soldiers who fought to defend their nation from being overrun by the Islamo-fascists from the Gaza Strip, by Hamas, by Hezbollah. Now they're being targeted by the vermin in England, the liberal vermin in England, as war criminals. So you say, well, what does that have to do with me? It has to do with you. It has to do with you is that the liberals in this country are the same. If they could, they would try your husband, your son, or your brother for wearing a uniform. They are the enemy within. If they could, they would try them for crimes against humanity. That's what it has to do with you. So I'm not alone. In fact, I should be very proud that Israeli veterans and I share something in common, which is the United Kingdom. What a sad day it is that a once proud nation has been taken over by such boll weevils. But this is not anything you really want to talk about, you know. What are you going to say that I don't already know? Well, what's going on in the world, huh? You got a lying president and a compliant media. You've got a gangster running the government. Gangster? How can you say gangster? Well, what is a gang? What is a gang? Let's define a gang. Does a gang have to be of a certain race? No. Does a gang have to be wearing a certain color? No. Can a gangster wear a suit and tie? Yes. Can it be a politician? Yes. Can it be a woman? Yes. I'll be right back.
Savage.